Welcome to the spagirlspodcast, the self-publishing podcast for authors. You're in the right place for the best writing, marketing, and publishing advice, plus interviews with industry experts and best-selling authors. I'm Cheryl Phipps.
I'm Shah Barrett.
I'm Wendy Vella.
And I'm Trudy J. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Almost.
Woo,
A
Yeah.
new year for all of us. Yeah.
So it's the 31st in New Zealand, so not quite for everyone, but we'll be
When
there.
this is going up, it is in the future for most people. We're in New Year's Eve.
Yes.
Mm,
And the new year's looking great.
It is looking really good. We're really close to it.
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
another sunset and we're
happen.
there.
Yeah.
2026. My goodness.
How did
Can I
that
just
happen?
can I just say we've never actually matched dressed like this before.
I know, right? We did
No.
it totally on purpose and not at all accidentally.
Random.
I
Random.
know, right?
Okay, cool.
This is how we are.
This
Okay,
is the
so,
vibe we're going into the new year with.
Like
We all have to
matching.
dress alike.
yeah, and we've all got the same
Oh,
decorations.
Red
Yeah,
is
we're
my
gonna have to
favourite
like go
colour,
shopping
so-
together and like
No.
matchy outfits.
No,
Like,
no, no,
Oh,
no.
anytime
no,
we're out in
no.
public, like
Yeah.
I always
no.
find it slightly freaky when people dress twins alike. It confuses and scares me. So
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you think they feel?
My mum used to make us matching dresses and stuff,
Yes.
and we're not twins.
Aw.
I
We
had
just
two
had to wear,
sisters. Yep,
Yeah.
yeah,
yep.
Same.
three girls
same.
wearing the same dress but different ages.
Aw.
And the
I used
worst
to
thing
play
is that your older sister hands hers down, so you
Oh
have the same
no,
clothes for
so you don't
years.
get a new one.
And cowboy hats. My mum used to make us, we had green felt cowboy hats we used to wear out with lace
Ah.
socks and these smocking dresses. And
Oh,
that.
the
I mean, did you
smocking.
feel
I
cool
ha-
at the time or no?
I was a tomboy from the day dot, so it was a real effort for me to be
Yeah.
dressed like that.
Well, with a cowboy hat, that's kind of leaning
I
into
used
it,
to
isn't
leave
it?
for school in the morning looking pristine, and by the time I got to school, I'd ripped out my hair and taken off whatever I had on top, pulled on shorts, shoved the dress off. Yeah, but it was the
Nice.
effort. Nothing
Yeah.
much changed there. All right, what are we talking about
Right,
today?
right. So we're going to talk about publishing the resolutions for 2026. We're going to talk about ones that we will actually keep and ones that we might make but probably won't keep. Because don't we all, right? Resolutions,
Yeah.
make
Yeah.
them and then don't
Realistically, by February, it's all over. It's all
right.
over, over.
No, not with
Not
one
all
of them.
Yeah, right.
Not
So
with
we're
our
gonna make
ones.
we're going to make one that we're going to keep and one that we probably won't keep. So,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
one that would be nice to keep, but it's probably not going to happen because,
Yes.
we're realists. Should we start with the ones we won't keep then, shall we? Who wants to
We
go
won't
first?
keep.
Won't keep, yep. So the ones we
Okay.
definitely won't keep.
Okay.
I think Cheryl looks like she really wants to go first.
Okay. So the one that I won't keep is do one thing at a time.
Mm.
When have you ever done one
Only-
thing at a
It
time?
would be nice, right? It would be nice, but I know myself,
The
and
thought's there.
I have like several pots on the go at once. I love to bake, and love to cook, so that's a good way to describe it. So I'm kind of like it's like an organized chaos because everything has its moment, its time in the week or the month or the year, but sometimes they overlap and sometimes I just prefer doing something else to what I'm supposed to be doing. So I don't think that's a bad thing.
No.
Our boredom sets in, right? You got to flip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally realistic.
I want to mention here, right? So I've just been doing Becca Syme stuff this year, like con and stuff. And one of the things she talks about is what's someone else is doing might not be the right thing for you. So for someone out there listening to us, doing one thing at a time might be the perfect thing for you, but not for Cheryl, because Cheryl has the ability to multitask and do lots of different things and it works for her. So I just wanted to put that in there because it was
Well, things
something
get
that-
done. If they didn't get done, I think that I would probably feel differently about it. But yeah, it's just I have to say, I think it's just my process.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, and it works for you, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like
Nice.
I left the beard on my face. I feel like my face has got
No.
it's just
While
tattoos.
she talks about that, that doesn't mean that she was growing a beard.
No,
So
that
basically,
was
we
just
were
apropos of
when we
nothing.
put these lights up
Yeah.
for those people watching on YouTube. There was one you could wear a beard, and Trudy had a beard, so that's where she's coming
And
from.
now
She
I'm
doesn't.
concerned that I could
Yeah.
look like I've got.
I'm
a
sure
beard in the
everybody thinks
video.
that we come to the podcast all organized and, know what we're doing, but sometimes we just like to play around with the things.
Yeah, and I feel like that if you can't do that on a New Year's Eve, when can you, to be honest?
Exactly.
Run fast and
Exactly.
loose,
Beginners meant
Without
to go
alcohol
on.
being
I've
involved.
broken out a ginger beer at 10:30 in the morning. Like,
And
that's the
water.
kind of wild,
And water.
crazy life we are leading here. Just saying.
Yeah.
Empty
Is this
coffee mug.
water or is this vodka? You will never know.
Nobody will
Yay!
know.
I don't want vodka again after last night, so that's
All right,
enough.
who's next?
There you go. Go,
Triddles.
Wendy.
Oh,
Me.
me. Okay.
Okay, Wendy.
What the negative that we're going to do and say
Not
we're
the
going to do?
negative,
Oh,
just one thing that you won't, a
right.
resolution that
and-
you won't make. Sorry.
Aspirational nonsense, Wendy. That's what we want. Aspirational nonsense.
Right. Okay. Possibly write for 30 minutes, stop, stretch, do all of that, and then go back to it.
You just told us.
You just
we had to do that.
You have to.
I'm
Oh
going
my
to tell
God.
your hand therapist on you.
know, but sometimes my timer goes off and I don't hear it.
You
Sure
hear
you
it
don't.
every time. Look at that expression on her face.
Yeah. I am going to really try, but I know there will be times when it doesn't happen.
Is that like when your kids were little and they were calling you?
I was like, what?
You
Mum,
zone out.
who's that? Yeah, you know. So possibly I'm going to try, but there may be times where I break that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just
and-
remember that it's good for your health and that no good will come of you pushing your wrists and your hands.
No, I'm definitely trying to get, I'm trying to just, get fit again and all that sort of stuff that we try over and over in our lives. But for my hands, I'm going to make an effort. But I'm just saying, 30 minutes is not long. You're in the zone and you're like writing and everything's flowing, and then all of a
That's
sudden your
true.
timer goes off.
I know.
I mean,
That
But
kinda
just
sucks.
think of the loss to the world that would be if you couldn't raise your middle fingers, Wendy.
no, I've still got them, mate. They're all working good.
That's shocking. Shocking.
Shocking
Rosie.
display for New Year's.
And Cheryl, you need to
If you didn't see that on
don't look. It was horror.
Screen grab if
Horrific.
people
we're very sorry if you did.
It's okay. That goes our YouTube.
No.
Rating.
Hey, I didn't say it. I just did the gesture, so
true.
people are not hearing it.
And I
say the
didn't
word.
specify which was the middle finger, so
And
it's
I
my
was
fault.
just saying 1 + 1 is 2.
Yes,
that's
you
it.
were. That was
Yeah.
that's exactly what just
Okay.
happened.
Go,
All right.
Triddles.
All right.
Yeah.
Ones we won't keep is my resolution is not to buy a course for the entire of 2026. And then also
Okay, good on
I'm
you.
sure there's going to be some
Right.
sales coming up in the next couple of days.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Black
No.
Friday, did you buy a million way back in Black
I
Friday?
wait till the New Year's launches.
yeah. No, I'm definitely not going to buy any of them.
I just feel like anybody that's selling a course should immediately add Trudy J's email to your newsletter list. Just
I mean,
do
I
it.
call BS on that, but let's just see
I
how
don't know
we
what you
roll.
mean. I don't know what you're talking about. The other thing is I had on my list is not to beat myself up for not doing all the things. So that's a harder one and a little bit more
Yeah.
of like
It's a trickier one.
because I know I always do beat myself up. So,
You do.
we shall see whether that's one I make or not.
Well, it's our process, isn't it? We always do
be
things
kind.
no matter. Got to be kind
Life
to
is a
yourself.
process.
What about
right?
you, Shah?
My resolution that I anticipate won't last probably more than 3 weeks is to get overwhelmed each month and just to go in thinking that my planners and my stickers will ensure that I don't get overwhelmed that month.
Right. And what are you
Yeah.
doing to stop from getting overwhelmed?
Planners and stickers.
So if I buy more stickers, Wendy, that will, or even more so, make my own stickers. And then I've got my color coordination pens, my new dot markers. Can I just give a shout out to Shuttle Art, wherever I got them from, Amazon, I think. Because I know that if I go from 5 colors to 15 to categorize everything on my to-do list, that's going to make all the difference.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Right.
100%
And I believe that.
Yeah.
As you do it, you believe that.
As I do it, I believe it.
Yes.
A slight confusion is that there's 5 shades of green, and so that could bring up issues. But
No, I think you've got a really good sense of colour, Shah.
I
So,
do have a good sense of
like,
colour, but I also have like a
definitely.
key that I write the colours down on. So it takes a little time though to make sure that you're using the right shade of green to assign to the
I
category of
mean,
the to-do list.
your
But it's
brain though, right? Like we did that Christmas one about courses and whoa, just a miracle. I feel lazy, just that, whoa.
But it's this thing, right? And this is so I've been listening to a few things about
Not a course, I
ADHD.
hope.
No, it's podcasts on ADHD, and they talk about how, although Shah is actually more able to actually do, but like talk about people with ADHD, how they have like this drawer of shame or a cupboard of shame where it's all the planners that they've ever bought in the New Year's sales to
yeah,
start
no, I do
planning, and
use
then
them.
they never
Yeah,
use them, and it's like they think
yeah.
that it's going to be the one
No,
thing that
I
actually
have
makes the
I have the
difference.
Wall of Shame diet books that I
Mm.
buy, hoping that
But
somehow by
to be
osmosis that will
fair,
take
Shah,
place. But planners I actually use,
Yeah,
your
to be fair.
planners are a work of art.
yeah,
Thank
They
you. I
truly
get a
Oh, they
are.
great deal of
are.
joy
They're
out of my planners.
magnificent.
yeah.
But I kid myself that I'm not going to feel overwhelmed because I'm doing it, and that honestly is my
Yes.
Go
yeah,
to. Yeah.
Mm.
But where does that
aspirational
overwhelm
nonsense.
where does the overwhelm come from? Is it because you've got too much to do, or is it because you
It's
can't tell
because
what
I
your
feel like
balance
Both.
is?
I'm I think I constantly underestimate how long things are going to take to do,
Mm,
no matter what it is. And I am overly enthusiastic on how much I can get done in a day, and how overly enthusiastic about my energy levels and about interruptions not happening. I
mm,
think I
We're all
just
like that though,
am
dear.
still unrealistic on that at the grand old age of almost 60, just
mm.
saying.
We all
Yeah.
do
So,
that. I break down a book every year, and every time I've got an edit and have to do these words and these words and these words and these words every day, and I'm like, I'm going to nail it.
Mm,
And still I'll end up writing for 24
yeah.
hours right at the end, It's just,
But I kid myself that other people are doing it, so I want to be
no,
like them.
no, we're not.
yeah.
I want to
No,
be,
no, we're
yeah.
not.
Some people are, but not. Yeah.
No,
Not
I
in this
think.
room.
Yeah, not in this room.
Anyway,
You
who's
you
next?
do much better at the planners than me, Shah. So
I
Mm,
love the
that's a
planners.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
mm.
It's a talent. And the puppy.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, so my one, are we up to me? Is it no,
Yeah,
I've done me. I
you've
I
done
was
you.
gonna
We're
not
going to
buy a
go,
course. Is that
we're going to
everyone
go.
done then? Yeah.
So now we're up to the things that we'll actually do.
Yeah. Yeah. The
That
things that
we
we're
actually think
planning
we've
to
got as
actually
good
keep.
charts of
Yeah,
sticking with. All
yeah.
right.
Fingers crossed. We can
Here we
do this.
go. We can do it, girls.
Dun,
We can
dun,
do it.
dun.
Well, mine is something for the planner,
Mhm.
and it's in bright yellow. Apply for a book bub every time, I get a no.
Ooh.
So every time I get a no, I apply again, and each book, I will try to do for 99 cents. And if that's a no, I will then do the same book the very next day for free, because you can do that.
Yeah.
So if the book doesn't get taken up, you don't have to wait another month. You can just do that. So that's some advice, but also something that I haven't been doing. I do have it in my diary to apply, but this is going to be on a day, that I will then move to the next no.
Nice.
Because you will get no's.
Mm.
Even Wendy, who was very fortunate with her book bubs, you occasionally get a no, don't you?
Yep.
So, when you do get them, honestly, it is a gift. So
Yep.
they're not as great as they were, but still,
Yeah, it's still good.
yeah.
Mm.
Nice work. I
Yeah.
can see you
I
doing
like
that
that.
too.
It's a good
Mm.
I will
resolution
do
there.
that.
Nice and
Yeah.
simple in your
Mm,
diary. Get
mm.
it done. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. You think about that James Clear book, and it's Atomic Habits, and it's all about attaching a habit. Well, not all of it. There's lots of different
Mm.
things, but one of the things was about attaching a habit to something else, a new habit that you want to start doing to something else that you already do. And I guess that's kind of what you're saying, Cher. It's like every
Yeah.
time you get the no, a new action is in place, So that's kind of cool.
Mm.
Means it more likely to do it, right?
Yeah,
Mm.
definitely.
Absolutely.
Definito.
All right, who's next?
I don't know. Who's next? Me?
You
Yep.
go.
So for me, I'm going to get Shopify humming this year. Both my shops with special editions, and now that we know that that's a cat scratch. If you're wondering why I'm bandaged up, my mother's horrible cat. So yeah, I'm going to get these special
I
editions
just
all
want to
humming.
interrupt you there. If anyone wants to send their animals to the Wendy's cat shelter or animal shelter, at the end of the episode, she will give you the address,
no
and you just
shelters.
post them to her house.
No, I've just had a lot of relatives pass on animals to me because they're either in homes or dying. Very unfortunate. And
This is the relatives, not the cat, not the animals, just saying. Yeah.
yeah, the
And
relatives.
are
not the
going
animals.
overseas.
So
They're not all in homes.
birds. So we only have a dog, and now we've got 2 dogs, and we've got a bird and a cat. Anyway, we won't get into that.
Sorry to interrupt. Back to the actual program.
So for me, it's going to be about that. It's going to be about working out which is the best, Book Vault, Ingram Spark, whatever, doing all of that and getting those shops, because I personally think if I can get people buying direct from me, it's better for me if I'm not at the mercy of all these other big places, if I can sell them direct from me. So that's probably where I'm going. That's it. I know that I'll write stupidly like I always do in long hours and stuff, but this is something that I really want to control and really get humming. So that's what we'll be doing. Yeah,
Nice.
just sort of setting things in place.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just setting things in place and selling more and that sort of thing, and tapping into I've got a lot of people on my email newsletters and stuff like that. So if we can, and there are those hardcore fans that just love these books. So if I can give them special editions as well, and I've actually had since Rare, I've had people emailing me going, look, I bought the first 3. When am I going to get the others? And all that sort of carry on. So yeah, that'll be good. That's me.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Who's next?
All right. Shall I go?
Yeah.
I see Trudy doing hand signals. When Wendy held her hand up like that, it popped up with her hand, and it's pretty cool.
That's for her, but
It
not
only
for
responds
me.
to Wendy. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
My resolution that I know I'll keep is taking part and keeping track and kind of looking out for joint free promotions with other authors. I think that can be a really BookBub isn't in my budget at the moment. There really is a huge amount of advertising, and so
but also that you have to have a certain length for your books for BookBub.
Yes.
Hey.
You do, yes.
Yeah,
so
so
it'd have to be an anthology or
Mhm.
absolutely. But or even the more expensive book promotions. So and I kind of, as a marketing person, I really want to succeed using as much free as possible, so then I can share what I've done, kind of use myself as a test bed really for other people. So that's what I'm going to be doing.
And you've got enough knowledge now too, because you're the one who knows all what's out there and doing stuff, and you'll kill it.
I'm pretty clued in. And the other thing is the advantage of what I'm doing, which is writing short romance, it means that I've got a lot of books in a pretty short amount of time. So you're not using that same book in subsequent promos, which means that the readership gets really tired of it. And that honestly is really key. You've got to have enough in your catalogue. There's only so many free sausages you can give away before somebody wants a different sausage, just saying. So
I mean, the sausage.
No,
I don't know. I quite like the same sausage flavour.
I don't know why I
every
went there.
time.
I was thinking we have our hardware
I'm not
stores
touching
over
it.
here and our Aussie cousins. So the tradition is a little bit of cultural exchange here is that you go to the hardware store on the weekend and they have a sausage sizzle outside. Now the sausage sizzle consists of usually pork sausages cooked on the barbecue or the grill, as the Americans would say, and on a piece of plain white sliced bread. There's only one thing that's allowed on that piece of bread aside from the sausage, and that is fried onion,
and
fried white onion. And then you have a choice of 2 condiments, which is one is mustard and one is we call it tomato, or it's tomato sauce, which is slightly different to tomato ketchup. I'm a ketchup girl personally, but I will go the sauce on the sausages because it's a little sweeter. And that is your standard fare. So when I say there's only so many sausages you can eat, sometimes you want a chicken nibble.
Yes.
Do you
How
know
they
that?
got onto that from
Those
free
sausages, though,
promo,
they
never
taste
know.
better than any other ones, and I would never have those at home. But man, they're good. Anyway,
They
moving
never
on.
They
used to give
are, and
sausages because they're selling them for like
exactly. I
$2 or
don't cook
something.
sausages. I don't cook them at home, but there is something about
The
probably a
smell.
slightly unhygienic way of cooking in the open air on a grill that's probably not been cleaned from the previous week. It just adds that sort of
No one's washed their
umami
hands.
flavour.
Oh my
That's
God.
that smell,
Isn't
that
it?
hits you.
It's
Every
like
now and then
the
somebody will
worst.
throw a pair of gloves on, but you know,
But
it's
that's
usually the
okay.
same
We've
person
grown
that's
up with
handling
that,
the money in
right?
the gloves. It's like the gloves, you know,
Oh, you're
immediately
making it so
protect the.
appealing.
Okay, we've grown up
Anyway,
with this. This is
here we
part of
go.
our
It
psyche.
is
It's
totally
just something
normal,
that
and you don't judge us.
So
Yeah.
anyway, that's Shah.
Cute.
Yeah, moving on to Trudels, I believe.
Okay, the thing that I will keep, all right. It's mine's not very mine's a bit ephemeral compared to you guys.
That's
But
all right. We're
it's
used to you being weird.
yeah. I know. So it's kind of continue to focus on the writing and loving the writing aspects of it and not trying
Why
to
is that weird?
well,
Yeah.
it's not like you guys are like specific, like I'm going to apply for a book bub every
Are
time,
you
you know,
talking
like
specifics? Writing.
wow, yeah.
Yeah.
We
But I
don't
just
get
feel
much
like
more.
I
Don't get
think we
much more
do have to
prescriptive
keep telling ourselves these
to
things.
keep writing.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
Keep
not just
writing.
keep writing, it's keep
Enjoy
like
it.
yeah, like I was letting the business side of things suck the joy out of
Oh,
the
I see
writing
what you're
for
saying.
me.
Yeah.
And like kind of and I think I
That's
just
easy to
need to
do.
focus on the fun of it. Like I'm writing a
What you
Swamp
love.
Witch. I wrote Swamp Witch book at the moment, and I just when I
Who
talk
doesn't
about
love a
it,
Swamp
it's
Witch?
I know,
You know?
right? Like who
It
does not
is.
love us? What kind of horrible person would you
I
be if you
mean, no
didn't
one I
have
know.
I
a book
can't
about a
say.
Swamp Witch?
No one I know.
No,
I've
right?
had the pleasure of reading Trudy's short story on Who Swamp Witch, and I can honestly say that I've never woken up and thought, man, I'd love to read a Swamp Witch.
Yeah.
But
But
No,
when
now
I
I
do
read
every
Trudy's
day.
Swamp
Yeah.
Witch,
yeah,
I was like,
thank you. You
I
want to
relate
read?
to this.
There you
There you
go.
go.
There
See?
you go.
Anyway,
And that was
what are you
just
going to do?
fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I was like, sorry, I keep mentioning it because it's on my mind recently, but it's like, so I did the Becca Syme stuff, and I've done the Clifton Strengths as well, obviously, because we love the
No,
Clifton
have
Strengths
you?
in the spa. Some of us love them
It
more
is
than
brand
others.
new
I
information.
know, right? Brand new. No one knew that. You heard it here first in the spa.
Yeah. At least you're consistent.
Yeah.
Hang on.
So,
She pulls it into
and I'm
most podcasts.
And I've just been reading her book, Dear Writer, You Should Quit, which is, I've had for like, probably 10 years. And she's
just
just
opened it now?
she's just writing like an update, and I'm reading the original because, that's the way that these things roll. I'm like,
can't
better read
even
the
with you,
original before she updates it, and I can't read it anymore. Like, what the hell? Anyway, but she talks.
I'm lost, but carry on.
Hey, I have one how-to book, and I bought it like 20 years ago, and I've never even read it.
Yeah, I know. We can see all my how-to books. And so she talks about writing to your strengths and how, like some people can't, they change their whole process or their system based on being told something off a podcast, like, and this is where I feel like we always try to make a point of all four of us do things differently, and that's okay. And just because Wendy does one thing one way doesn't mean that's the best thing for you. And that's what Becca talks about as well. And her whole question the premise thing, it's like, just because this worked for someone else doesn't mean it's the right way for you to go. And I have a hard time with that, because I'm like, oh, but that person did it and it really worked for them, and I think I could do that, probably could do that. And then I get halfway through it and I was like, no, I don't really want to do this anymore. And then so you just left a trail of half done things behind you. So
Yeah.
I think with
But we all do that, Trudels. That's not just
I
you.
think that's normal.
I'm just saying, you think it's just you, but it's not. We just don't talk
called
about
research, isn't it? Really, it's testing.
Yeah. To be honest,
I just feel like
if you didn't do that, if you didn't do that, you wouldn't know that didn't work.
Yeah.
Right?
So I've got a lot of things that I definitely know don't work now.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
and what works is potentially just
It's
continuing
human
to write
nature
the
not
books.
to want to wonder about something.
That's true.
while some of us don't follow through, you do.
Mm.
You know, you go and buy that course
Mm.
or read that book or,
Yeah.
you know, and that's
And
cool
And then
because
you
you're doing it
tell
for
us it
us.
doesn't work,
So
and
you're
then it's
taking
fine.
one for the team. You're doing all the work, and we're going, okay, well, I'm not
Literally
getting that
taking one
then.
for the
I'm
team.
not
Maybe that
doing
should
that
have been my
anymore.
resolution. Stop taking one for the team and just
Yeah,
write.
Focus on
Stop doing
me.
the stupid courses.
I
No,
mean, you can
Sounds
use us
smart to
as an
me, but
excuse. Yeah.
no. But I just am loving the Swamp Witch, loving some of the stuff I've been doing. Just kind of allowing myself to go crazy, like not kind of
Yeah.
holding myself back and kind of go, oh, I better not do it this way because that's not like
Oh,
whatever.
that's what edits are for.
I think it all
Seriously.
stems back to my first book when
The Carnival.
the carnival, which is in the two genres. I mean, maybe it's, you know, people didn't like it, but whatever. But
I like
and I always
That's a good
like,
book.
that's why I always thought that it, and I feel like I just wrote that book and I loved writing those books and I had fun writing them. And then when it came time to market them, they didn't work. And then, so now I've always got that fear in the back of my head. And I'm like, now I'm just like, oh, well, that's fine. Because actually it's more fun to me to write a book that's just fun. And I love the characters and I'm enjoying doing it rather than trying to write something that's, anyway.
Yeah.
Wow,
And
wow,
I
wow.
actually think at this time, in all seriousness, I think that the slightly off center, if you like I mean, this is the Rebecca Yarros story, right? She wrote the romance that sort of ticked over, but it was nothing amazing. And she wrote Fourth Wing because she was like, I'm just going to put everything in it. I love it, you know? And I actually do think there are more stories like that around now than there were 10 years ago when we started this podcast. I really do. I think we're still very much in that trying to beat trad at their own game mindset when we've all started self-publishing, you know.
But we talk
sort of-
about writing to market, don't we? I mean, and that's what
we
we
do, but I think it's not so much writing for the existing, but it's knowing who you're marketing to. That's what I mean by writing to market. It's not necessarily saying, okay, well, I'm going to take a billionaire and a hockey player and smush them to, you know, it's understanding who you're writing for. That I think to me is the right to market. You know, who is your market?
Who are your readers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if they are people that are into, you know, I don't know, burly men selling sausages and Bunnings, then you know that that's your market.
Yeah. That's wouldn't
And
be
that's
an
who
issue at
you
all.
write to.
Yeah. That's exactly right. And I mean, I quite often hark back to the fact that my best-selling series was one that the trad pubs didn't want, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
that you
And
think
I would
about-
say that trad pub is often looking to self-publishing. It's switched around to what's selling, and that's what they're buying. If you look at Publishers Weekly, they still buy, like, the romantasy is not waning at this point, but it is extremely difficult to get found in that market. So, you know,
That's right.
Yeah, it's just
Right where you love.
follow your gut,
Yeah.
Droodles. Follow your gut.
Don't be hard on yourself, dude. You know, like, you've done well. No, you don't need to be hard on yourself. You're a good writer, so there you go. And all of you lot out there listening, don't be hard on yourself.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying to you, you know, like, so something doesn't work. So what? Start on something else, you know. Yeah, it's hard at the time, and you know, financially you might have taken a hit, or you thought you put all your eggs in the basket and it was going to rock. We've all been there and we've all done that and we've all survived because this is self-publishing.
Yeah.
You know, this is what I'm trying to say is people are so hard on themselves. But you know, you don't need to be. Let's just be kind. Be kind.
Be kind to others, but be kind to yourself.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And look
Absolutely.
at what works for you.
Yeah. Perfect.
Perfect.
I think.
Love it.
2026
So tell us
sorted.
your,
Happy New
please,
Year, team.
in the comments, Happy New
Yes.
Year, and tell us a realistic and maybe a slightly funnier New Year resolution, publishing resolution
Yes.
for
Love it.
2026.
And then
Bring it on.
alrighty.
2026.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
It's gonna be awesome.
It is.
Love. Be kind to yourself, people.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. See you all. We'll be
See
back
you.
again next
Bye.
week.
Well,
Now.
bye.
Bye. Happy New Year.